If y'all can film this right here. This, I had some friends, and her son's an Aggie now,
Okay.
and she actually went to A&T's ROTC program.
Okay.
And she's building this celebration. I'll send you the link for this too. This will be the first commercial build in Atlantic Beach in over 30 to 50 years.
Wow.
And they took their money and invested, and they're doing their thing. This will be a event center in the front.
Okay.
That houses 30 to 50 people. It will have a rooftop bar that will have a glass enclosure going around this thing. It's called Black Celebrations. I think I got it right. Black Pearl Celebrations. And there will be a bar there. People can sit out on the tables and overlook the terrace from there.
Right.
And then in the back, they got 2 5-bedroom living areas.
Wow.
And in the 5-bedroom, you can rent the whole place and have a family reunion. You can rent the whole place and have a bridal party. You can rent the whole place and have a super event. You can do everything in this place, and it has beautiful pools, and it's just immaculate. And I'll send you the picture. I'll send you the link for it.
That's
she has
crazy.
illustrations already done.
2 5-bedrooms.
2 5-bedrooms. 5 bedrooms at the bottom, 5 bedrooms at the top, and then you got the meeting area and the event center all up there at the top and on the bottom.
Wow.
So you can rent the whole thing at one time, or you can rent part of it, or whatever.
Wow.
Hey, it's your boy DB with the Sullivan Man podcast. I am here with my wonder twin, Mike Humphrey, aka Chill.
It's good. It's good, people.
It is Memorial Day weekend, and we're at beautiful Atlantic Beach, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Not Myrtle Beach, not North Myrtle, Atlantic Beach. There's a lot of significance behind that statement. As in the 1930s, during the Jim Crow era, black entertainers would come and entertain people who didn't look like us in Myrtle and North Myrtle. But the crazy thing is they couldn't stay there, they couldn't dine there. So they had to have some place to eat and some place to lay their heads. And Atlantic Beach was that place.
Yep.
In 1966, I think it is, this place, Atlantic Beach, decided to incorporate and keep its innocence, keep its independence from Myrtle and North Myrtle Beach. And we'll hear a little bit more about that as we move along. So today we're here with a special brother. He's an Aggie brother. He's a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, Alpha Nu chapter. So these two brothers have something in common. As a matter of fact, Chill pledged it.
Yep.
He
tried to sneak in, but I got him.
This is our brother, John David.
Yes, sir.
And here's the cool thing about John David. Well, many cool things about him, but here's one cool thing about him. He is the mayor of this wonderful place called Atlantic Beach.
Yeah.
John David, we welcome you, brother, to the Soul of a Man podcast.
Well, I welcome you all. Thank you for coming to the beautiful town of Atlantic Beach.
Yeah.
It is, again, incorporated in 1934. Founded in 1934, incorporated in 1966. It is an enclave for black folks, and we have had a rejuvenation over the last 5 or so years. The growth, the beauty, the elegance is coming back, and we look forward to the future growth of everybody coming to visit here. You don't have to rent in North Myrtle Beach. You don't have to rent in Myrtle Beach. You can rent here in Atlantic Beach. We have big, beautiful homes. I would often say sometimes we're the Hamptons of the South, or we're the Martha's Vineyard of the South. But we're growing. It's beautiful. You can't beat this view. You can't beat the homes. You can't beat the growth. And we welcome everybody to our lovely town.
Hey, man, so I'm big on, and I think we all are, big on black excellence.
Yes.
And I was here in January for my birthday, meaning I stayed in North Myrtle. I'm just going to call it what it is. I happened to be riding down 17, and I saw the Atlantic Beach sign, and it kind of took me back to a childhood memory. In 1984, I'm telling my age, I graduated from high school, and me and about 8 of my other buddies decided to take a trip to Myrtle Beach. We stayed in North Myrtle during that time, but everything we did was in Atlantic Beach. We partied in Atlantic Beach, almost got beat up at Atlantic Beach, because at the time they had these clubs that had rooftops but no walls. And so what we would do, man, is come down here at 18 years old and party with the locals. And the problem was we tried to holler at all the locals girls, and yeah, that didn't go over too well. But man, I'll never forget that time. You know, it's been over 40 years now since I graduated high school. And so I started doing a little research on Atlantic Beach, only to find out, at that time I had no clue, but only to find out that this was a black-owned, basically, community, and that how so many entertainers would come through here, and again, and entertain in these other parts, you know, North Myrtle, but had to stay here. I think the other thing that's really cool about this is that this could have easily been sucked up by Myrtle Beach or North Myrtle, but these people chose to keep their independence.
Yeah.
And man, this just goes to this is just a testament of how when we put our minds to something, black people, we can own our own and do great things with it, man. And as you'll see as we start to move around and walk around a little bit and show you some of the area, this is absolutely a beautiful place. And I think, John David, you hit it right, brother. This is the Hamptons. Yep. And not just the black Hamptons. This is the Hamptons as it relates to areas around here.
I want to give a little shout out to all the historical folks from 1934, and especially since we've been incorporated from the 60s all the way to now. The people that, some of them still living now, they did help save this place. You know, and numerous times people have tried to, you know, encumber us and grab us and include us in the other towns and the other municipalities. And they held strong through financial difficulties, through economic times. They held strong, and they got us where we are today. And now we have a new invigoration of people that are taking us to the next level. So we're proud of the folks that were here before us. We're proud of the people that are now. And again, we can't give enough shout out to the founder, George Tyson, who, you know, pulled together all of this and kept it together. And he then made sure it kind of stayed together throughout time. So hopefully we'll also, there's air property and stuff like that. You also have to make sure you take care of your property so you can keep it and maintain it in the family. So, and again, that's making sure one child has it and maybe the other child has some money, because all children don't take care of stuff the same. So you got to make sure that you make sure your property is protected after you're gone. So, and a lot of folks did that.
Yeah, and I think the one thing I failed to mention in this, what I consider jewel, and I'm going to call it the crown jewel.
Yes. The
of
Black
this
Pearl.
area.
The Black Pearl.
It is titled the Black Pearl.
Yes.
And I think that's kind of apropos for what we're dealing with around here. Yeah. Chill.
Yeah, I just want to back up 1 second because I got to give my little story real quickly on kind of how we got to this point. So John came into A&T in what year?
88.
So John came into A&T in 1988, the year after I graduated, and my mother worked as a counselor in the School of Nursing.
One of the first people I ever met was his mom.
So he comes in as a freshman nursing student, and also ROTC. So I didn't know him, but he made some kind of an impression on my mama where she fell in love with this kid, and he was a third son, and she told me about him, and we met. And I didn't think too much about it. You know, of course, my mama, he had to be special if she felt that way about him. And the next time I saw him, he was online. I was like, he didn't tell me nothing about he was trying to get down with Kappa. And so I called him. I got him. And we saw him a few times. And but he has been an example of black excellence truly ever since. Military career?
30 years in the military.
Wow.
Retired 2 years ago. Decided to, thought I was going to be a farmer, but somehow I got into politics here. And so now I farm part-time and live here full-time.
And your farm is where?
Rockingham, North Carolina, but I'm originally from Hamlet. I love to claim Hamlet. Yeah. Hamlet is my hometown, and I love it to death.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So military nurse.
Yeah.
30 years, think you're going to be a farmer, and somehow you make a transition into city politics.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I was here for a couple of meetings, and at least I think a couple of people told me I couldn't talk when you're supposed to not be able to talk, and I didn't appreciate that too much. And then a good man here and his family, this DeWitt family, Jim DeWitt, he got murdered, and at the time he was on the council, and they were looking for someone to run. And a friend of mine was going to run, but he decided not to. And I said, I'm retiring, so what about me? And so I, being new here, ran for office, and then luckily won and met enough people to win. And it started from there. I started off as a councilman, and there's local city town politics too. They people sued all the way to the Supreme Court to say I didn't live here, but I'm sitting here in my house. And so that worked out. And then we ran for mayor, they did the same thing. So we're still going through the court process for that, and it's just small town politics. And you think, and again, I go back. This is a majority, one of the last majority-owned black towns in America, and black governed. So all of our municipality is ran by black folks. So, and that's very rare in America. Yeah. And there used to be others, Hilton Head and Georgetown and other places too. And we don't want to go to that, we don't want to go down that road. We want to stay here. We believe that we can grow the town, nourish it, keep it going, and build a strong relationship between the historical elements and the future. And we just got recognized federally as a National Historic District on registered places. So we're on the National Registry of places to come see, and we hope that everybody will come see the town.
Real okay, go ahead. You just mentioned, and this isn't to put emphasis on them, but you just mentioned a big name, big golfing community. Hilton Head was black?
Yeah, Hilton Head was all black. Big land, air property caused problems. Georgetown, a lot of these places were black. Again, there was black folks that were farming, rice farming. A lot of people didn't think that was viable land at the time. Yeah. And then as people moved inland and left the land that wasn't so valuable, then they came back and realized it was valuable. Right. And then they found different ways to try to ascertain it from different people.
That's crazy. I tell you what, so one thing we'll do, if y'all mess with our brother, we'll have all A&T down here to make sure he's taken care of.
Yes, sir.
So we don't play about ours.
Yeah,
so
look, and we do hope to have an A&T fest down here. We hope to have an HBCU festival down here. We hope to have it all before it's over with.
So.
No, that's great, man. So I know you said the whole pretty much governing body of the town is black. Who do you have as officials, and how many of each?
This is a council manager form of government. We have 5 members of the council, including the mayor, and everybody has 1 vote. Okay. So usually 3 votes drives the town. So we took hell and high water to get 3 votes, and now we're running the town, and we're trying to keep it going and keep it moving. We're trying to add activities. We're trying to increase the tax base. We're trying to make sure people are coming to see what we have to offer. We're trying to make sure we get the federal and state money that so many years they have not gotten. So whether it's sewers, stormwater drainage, whether it's sidewalks, whether it's roads, we're trying to get all the money that has been overlooked for our town for so many years,
Yeah.
Got it. Now, you guys have your own police force too, right?
We have our own police force. We have our own court system. We have about 5 officers right now.
Wow. Okay. What's the population, real quick?
I talked to a lady yesterday from the Post and Courier, and she said that the new census report came out, and she said that we doubled from the last 10 years. So I would say walking around, you'd probably see anywhere from 100 to 200 people on a daily basis. But when people come in town that have homes that may live out of town, you may have up to 500 people in the area.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Again, I was driving through here in January. I stopped at the town hall and had a meeting or a conversation with a couple of your people in the town hall. They were giving me a bit of the history and whatnot, and I just assumed, shame on me, as I'm driving through, I saw your house. I saw several that looked like yours.
Red.
Yeah, yours stuck
Red-
out like
red,
I
red.
won't say like a sore thumb. It
Yeah,
stuck
yeah,
out because it's red.
yeah.
I saw a lot of other really nice homes. I immediately assumed that gentrification had taken over, only to find out that no, these are all black owned.
I assumed the same thing when I drove down the street and seen the first 3 houses being built, or there was 3 houses being built. And I immediately told my realtor that I wanted to be here. I had a place in Cherry Grove, but for some reason I was driving through all the time, and I wanted to be here. And I realized once I started building my house, I was invited to a gathering, and at the gathering, it was all us.
Wow.
And that all us prosperously from all over the country that were having a good time. I mean, it's like, I think about the Ray Charles and Ella Fitzgeralds and all the folks there in New York or at Cotton Club back in the day, and I always wanted to find that for myself.
Right.
And all of a sudden I was there. So we were having a party 2 nights ago in the backyard. I mean, people have extravagant pools, 8-foot walls, TVs blasting, music blasting, and catered by a black caterer, shrimp and grits and barbecue and drinking wine and drinks. And I mean, you couldn't make it up.
Yeah.
You can't make it up.
This is indeed a Hampton type feel.
Yeah.
So, Chill, and one quick question for me: Gullah Geechee.
Yes.
The culture is Gullah Geechee,
Yes.
and there are a lot of descendants from Gullah Geechee people.
Yes.
And real quick, JD, for whatever reason, I thought that was Charleston.
No. So the Gullah Geechee culture corridor, it's a corridor, nationally recognized corridor from like Jacksonville, North Carolina down to Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
Again, a lot of the black folks were on the coast and as slavery. And then as slavery moved on, somebody found out black folks brought some rice from across the water. And they knew how to farm rice, and especially on the coast.
Yeah.
And so they got slaves that could do rice and make money, and rice was big money. And so black folks were aligned along the corridor. And then as property got less viable or things happened, and a lot of black folks stayed. But the Gullah Geechee corridor was based on the black people farming. The black people had their own distinct language, and they still speak that language today. And we have a Gullah Geechee festival, which we had a few years ago. We're having another one August 29th through the 31st, which will include economic development. It'll include fun, partying, activities for the kids. And we also have a dinner on black. And I hope nobody steal this idea. I know there's a lot of dinner on blancs, but this will be a dinner on black, which will be along Ocean Boulevard. Everybody all dressed in black, having a great time in the Black Pearl.
Wow, man, that's what's up.
And Gullah Geechee, there's several festivals all along the coast every year. You can check them out, experience the culture. We'll have slavery enactments, blacksmiths, a black blacksmith out of Charleston. He has his own harp, everything. Stories, music, it'll be a good fun time.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. Well, we're here this weekend, and this weekend is the biker weekend.
Yes. This is a really big weekend in Atlantic Beach and the whole Horry County and South Carolina. It has to be one of the largest events in all of South Carolina. It brings anywhere from 100,000 to 400,000 people to this county. And the tax revenue, the hotel stays, I mean, it's just enormous for the town. So we do have other things that are happening. This will be happening all weekend. We do have a concert series that's happening throughout the summer. We have a Juneteenth festival. And again, we have the Gullah Geechee Festival in August. So we're looking forward to a lot of activities going on, and hopefully future having just enormous events that keep everybody coming.
Yeah.
Now, so let me back to bike weekend.
Yes.
This is Black Bike Weekend.
Black bike.
Because
There's a white bike.
there's a white bike.
Yeah, then there's a black.
bike.
Well, yes.
Okay.
And this is by far the biggest bike
exactly.
weekend of anything.
Gotcha. When we reached out to JD about getting down here, he said, "Can you do it Monday?" I said, "Well, got to be back at work on Monday." Said, "Cause I'm a little busy this weekend." Said, "Can you do it early morning?" So you tell us how early we're gonna be there. So we we didn't know.
You didn't.
We
forgot.
didn't.
You were
we
supposed to
didn't-
remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't know
Yeah.
it was the weekend.
Yes,
So
yes,
yeah, we understand how busy you are. So we really appreciate your time.
Well, I
man.
really appreciate y'all coming.
Yeah.
Again, your mama was a God sent to me, and you know it was a blessing to have met her, and then to follow on to meet you. And again, as I was telling folks that even after I met you, I still was very close with your mom.
Yeah,
Where we used to, I used to stop through from DC, stop through, and we go to lunch every time I'd come through. Oh hell, I think I talked to her more than I talked to you. And so I love that lady, and she was instrumental in me being where I am today.
Well, man,
so I can't thank your family enough.
Hey, brother. Well, you're a part of us, and just so proud. I asked you if we were going to meet you at City Hall, and said no. Come to the house, and here's the address. I got on Google. Said, good gracious, this boy is doing it.
No,
He's doing it.
Look, I thought I would end up in a double wide trailer, and if I could have made $250 a week, I thought life was going to be golden. So, you know, it's a blessing to be here, and I'm thankful every day. I'm thankful.
So what? Somebody interested in investing? What kind of advice would you give me? Interested in investing in Atlantic Beach?
I'm gonna give a story, and I tell this story all the time. I first joined the military as a second lieutenant. Actually, as a few years after joining, I was a second lieutenant, just starting out as a nurse. And a young sergeant, older sergeant, he was sick, and the man, he was in his bed, and he said something to me, and I thought I was the shit since I was a new lieutenant. He said, "Young man, are you investing?" I said, "I got some papers in my thing to fill out with USAA to do a mutual fund." He said, "Well, get that done and get started." I said, "Yes, sir, yes, sir." And my rotation in the hospital wasn't that long, and somehow the man got discharged, came back, and he said, and I happened to be working, and he said, "You're that young lieutenant I met a few days ago," and he said, "Did you do that investment stuff that I told you to do?" And he said, I said, "No, sir, no, sir. It's in my bag. You know, I've been busy." He said, "Come over here," and I hope this is friendly cussing.
Yeah.
But he said, "Come on over here." And I said, "This man can't tell me what to do. He can't tell me what to do." But I went, of course, because he was older than me. So I leaned down and he said, "If you don't take your motherfucking black ass to that goddamn post office and put that shit in the fucking mail, I'ma fuck you up." Now this man is in the bed, sick. And he cussed me out, and I said, and I'm used to being cussed because mama used to cuss all the time. So I said, as soon as I left work, I went and put that shit in the mail. And I started off investing $50 a month.
Yeah.
And I can't encourage everybody to start. That's the key.
Yeah.
So many people talk about, "I'll wait, I'm gonna do this," and you're gonna have bills for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You're gonna be doing something for the rest of your life. You have to pay yourself first and start investing. And whether that's $50 in a mutual fund, there's these things called DRIPs, direct reinvestment programs, where you can take, I encourage everybody, you can buy Duke Power stock or any different stocks, direct, CSX. Always pick 4 or 5 stocks, put $50 to $100 in a month, and let that come and keep on going and be, you can go down there. Yeah. And let that be your investment. Let that be your pay yourself automatically out of your check, and keep doing it every month. You don't even look at it.
Yeah.
And it pays those. If you pick 5 stocks that pays dividends, then those dividends are paying you back.
Yeah.
And then if that stock splits or if that stock spins off another company, you got more shares in other companies.
Yeah.
So, but you got to start, and I think DRIPs are a good way to go. And just do it. You got to do it.
On the real estate investment front, we talked a little bit before we got started. On the real estate investment front, you know, to come to an area like this, it's a substantial investment. But you seem to encourage folks coming together and doing it.
Well, I coming together has often been it can be sometimes good, advantageous sometimes, but I just think if people, you know, it looks hard, and I still remember when I got my first mortgage to my house, and the guy told me over 30 years, you got to pay this much money, and I was scared as shit, and I was like, I can't sign these papers. But, you know, a house like this can make you money. So, or if you build a commercial thing, it can make you money. So if you rent 10 weeks in the summer at, you know, 10 to 15,000 or 5,000, you had enough to pay your mortgage. You pay your insurance, pay everything. So it may be an upfront investment. And again, I take the drips. If you've been dripping for 5 or 10 years and you got 20, 30, 50, $100,000 in individual stock, you can take that money, sell it, roll it over into a mortgage or a house for your down payment. Then you take that, and then you now getting rental income, and that pays for that, and then you go back and drip again. So, but the key is you got to try it. It's not as hard. If I can do it, anybody else can do it. And now you say that about nursing. I didn't think I was going to graduate. I flunked the year. So I didn't know how it was hard. And so if I can do it, and I heard other people used to tell me that, and I used to think it was crazy. But again, if I can do it, and I grew up in a single wide trailer, so everybody else can do it too. So
actually, I think that's a great segue, guys. I think we should take a walk and see some of this great property around here, and encourage people to come visit. And and just take a look at what you can invest in, and take a look at what you can rent for a weekend or whatever else while you're here. And I'm going to encourage everybody to go on the Town of Atlantic Beach website, Town of Atlantic Beach, South Carolina. There are other Atlantic Beach, North Carolina, Florida, but Town of Atlantic Beach, South Carolina. Our website is newly and revamped. It has a listing of all the homes on it, and we welcome everybody to come. Good deals. Let's get ready to take a walk, guys.
Sounds good.
It's crazy. Just to think, that wall right there on the other side of that, it's something else, and you can't get through.
So how much time do you spend here, or you just used to it?
You're used to it.
Good gracious. I couldn't get tired of it either.
And again, Atlantic Beach is 4 streets, 3 blocks. Oh, anytime, my brother. Okay, take care. So starting on 29th Street, 29th Avenue, 30th, 31st, and 32nd. Then there's a lot to go 50 wide by 150 deep.
Is it a bunch of kids in the community?
There used to be more kids in the community, but now it's more the people. So we have these places that used to be hotels, but as time went along, you know, and desegregation happened, people could go other places. And also just came the advent of cars more prevalent too. So when people had the cars and had the and desegregation, they could go places now. These hotels were not hotels anymore.
Got it.
So in order to make money, they turned. What's up, Jacob? They turned into long-term stays. So now the people live here month to month. Or sometimes they come when they need a place to stay, or I can say halfway house, but sometimes people put them here and pay their rent for 3 months and let them transition or do whatever. And now all the hotels that used to be hotels are long-term stays.
Got it.
So because of desegregation, cars and stuff like that. If y'all can film this right here. This, I had some friends, and her son's an Aggie now, and she actually went to A&T's ROTC program. And she's building this celebration. Now I'll send you the link for this too. This will be the first commercial build in Atlantic Beach in over 30 to 50 years.
Wow.
And they took their money and invested, and they're doing their thing. This will be a event center in the front. That houses 30 to 50 people. It will have a rooftop bar that will have a glass enclosure going around this thing. It's called Black Celebrations. I think I got it right. Black Pearl Celebrations. And there will be a bar there. People can sit out on the tables and overlook the terrace from there. And then in the back, they got 2 5-bedroom living areas. And in the 5-bedroom, you can rent the whole place and have a family reunion. You can rent the whole place and have a bridal party. You can rent the whole place and have a super event. You can do everything in this place, and it has a beautiful pools, and it's just immaculate. And I'll send you the picture. I'll send you the link for it.
That's
she
crazy.
has illustrations already done.
2 5-bedrooms.
2 5-bedrooms. 5 bedrooms at the bottom, 5 bedrooms at the top, and then you got the meeting area and the event center all up there at the top and on the bottom. So you can rent the whole thing at one time, or you can rent part of it, or whatever. You got people from all over the country: Michigan, DC, Philadelphia.
And somebody from Charlotte just built something or building something here.
You know, people from Charlotte are right there in that celebration place. They're from Charlotte.
Wow.
Michelle and
Wow.
Michael Brown.
Wow.
Come here's are people like they would say myself. I just got here. I came here. Been here's have been here all their life, and there has to be a meshing of the two. So we work hard to. We got a lot of folks that have been here that I love, and that we're all together. And then you have a few that just they got their own thought process stuff, and my thoughts, the thoughts don't mesh all the time. But hopefully in time, when they see actions from everything happening, that they'll say, you know, hey, he ain't. But it's history too. They've been burned before too. So you get people come in town and you let them do stuff, and then they try to take your town, and then so you got to be. I understand the leeriness. So, but hopefully with time you build relationships, you build trust, and you show folks that you know you do the work.
Right.
And if you do the work, what can you say?
So we are out here on beautiful Atlantic Beach, South Carolina. This could not be any more beautiful. And we are proud of the fact that this is a Black community. It's remained Black. And I'm just curious, JD, how do you prevent gentrification from taking a hold here?
I think several elements. First of all, don't allow air property to happen in your family. If you got 2 kids, you know your kids. Leave the one money that's going to spend the money. Leave the one that's going to take care of your land, leave them your land.
Yeah.
So to maintain that legacy. When you do air properties, things split every time somebody gets married, every time somebody gets divorced, every time there's more kids, and it becomes a arduous task to keep hold of that. So you just have to keep in your mind who can take care of my stuff and who can keep it going in perpetuity. The next thing is you have to maintain the neighborhood and make sure you have good people to come in that you want to buy and be in your neighborhood and work at that. Yeah. And then after that, again, maintain your property after the fact. Make sure your taxes are paid. Make sure you got a will or a trust to make sure it's left down the line. And you know, there's plenty of stories of air property being tied up, and then somebody didn't pay the taxes when you got 2 or 3 people in it. Yeah. And I'm tired of paying the taxes, or that person dies, yeah. And then nobody's paying the taxes, and then somebody comes and buys it, yeah, on pennies on the dollar. Yeah. And again, it's worth a lot of money, and they let it go after your family fought to keep it for all that time. It's a travesty.
Right, right. What do you do, or what is the city doing to kind of market Atlantic Beach to potential investors, Black investors?
Well, we have different realtors that we work with. We have a community that we talk about. If somebody's selling something, we try to make sure that we have somebody ready to buy something. So we just keep it in the family, I guess, and keep communicating, you know, and keep working with people. I think when, again, we have some land that's emptied today. We have people that have built yesterday and are building today. And I think every time that they walk into their homes, they cherish it and they don't want it to be in the hands of anybody else. So they make sure to take care of it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Question, sort of along those same lines in terms of preventing gentrification and whatnot. What can people who live outside of the region, who like to visit, who maybe can't afford to live here or whatever, or buy here, what can they do to help preserve Atlantic Beach and whatnot?
Okay, so we have various Airbnbs, we have various rental homes, we have various things to do. We have a new place coming available called the Black Celebration Station, or Black Pearl Celebrations, and in that place it'll be like an event center where you can have upstairs, downstairs, open bar area, seating area for reception, wedding hall, weddings, family reunions, or just to come and stay with a bunch of your family. It has that one venue area, then it has 2 5-bedroom areas, then it have 2 pools and 2 jacuzzis, spas. Yeah. So you can come and stay in Atlantic Beach. There's numerous vacation rentals. Don't spend your money in other places, spend it here in Atlantic Beach.
Right.
The houses are bar none beautiful. You can see them in the background.
Yeah.
Look how big and beautiful those homes are.
Black owned.
Black owned.
Black owned.
So you can rent these homes too. And why not rent these homes and have your own beach? This beach, if you capture the beach back behind you, this is where the black people have been since 1934. And this is where we want everybody to come back to now. And why not spend your money here in Atlantic Beach? It's a beautiful place. It's a great day in Atlantic Beach every day.
So what's incredible is that this city, this town is 4
streets,
blocks.
4 avenues, 3 blocks. Yes.
So looking here, we go over to the parking deck.
Yep. Where those first 2 houses are.
First 2 houses
between that hotel deck
are part of the town.
Yep. And then you come all the way back between that yellow building right there and that gray bluish house.
Yeah.
Cooper's house, which is a massive, big old 10,000 square foot home.
Wow.
So yes, that's Atlantic Beach.
That's Atlantic Beach.
So, question for you. This is very. You will be forever etched in the history books of Atlantic Beach.
Maybe. Maybe.
Well, no,
good or bad.
Good or bad, it doesn't matter. You're forever etched in the history of Atlantic Beach as the mayor and whatnot. Let's look 100 years from now when we're all dead and gone.
Yes.
What do you want the legacy of Atlantic Beach to look like 100 years from now?
I think about there's a community center built here, and in that community center, I look at the names on the wall, and I think a legacy, you have to leave stuff. So whether it's my house, whether it's a museum here in town, whether it's a new municipal building, whether it's artwork of murals all around the town, whether it's landscaping, whether it's new roads, new highways, I just want Atlantic Beach to be better each day. And hopefully I can contribute to that happening.
Man.
Proud of you, man.
Proud of y'all. Hey, I wouldn't be here without y'all. I wouldn't be here without you, brother.
Proud of you.
Proud of you, bro.
Hey, thank y'all.
Hey.
And I'm proud of the Aggies. I'm proud of
Yes.
Hamlet, North Carolina. I'm proud of my cousin Maurice, even though he ain't here right now.
Uncle Mo, we looking for you.
We're looking for you, so we were expecting you to be here. And I'm proud of the people that have helped me get where I am. You know, I wouldn't be here today without a lot of people. My mom, my dad, my sisters and brothers. It's you learn stuff, even from the sergeant that I learned stuff. I can't tell you his name, but he helped me be here. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the money to invest and do stuff. But I encourage everybody to invest. I encourage everybody to get estate planning. I encourage everybody to take care of what they have and seek to do more every day.
Fantastic.
Well, man, this has been amazing.
And Cap Alpha Psi and my line brothers from Spring 90.
All right.
There you go, what he said. But yeah, man, this has been amazing, Chill.
Yeah.
Man, we talked about this since January.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, we had to wait till the weather, got a little better. And here we are, beautiful Atlantic Beach.
Yeah.
Out here with our Aggie brother, your frat brother.
Yeah.
Man, just a black man doing black things, living in excellence, surrounded by black people living in excellence. Yo, we couldn't ask for a better weekend. If you get a chance and you're in this side of town, stay in Atlantic Beach. Give Atlantic Beach, South Carolina, some of your money. It's easy to spread money to North Myrtle and Myrtle Beach. They got enough.
Yeah.
Give some to Atlantic Beach, South Carolina, guys. Great homes, beautiful homes. So you can't say you won't have anywhere to stay. Tons of places to stay.
Yep.
We'll definitely be back as the Soul of a Man podcast.
Yeah. Part of history.
We're going to come back to some of these festivals.
Yeah.
Gullah Geechee is on the radar.
Yeah, and check out our website. It has a list of all the homes under what's going on in Atlantic Beach or doing business in Atlantic Beach. You also have all the festivals from the concert series, which will start off with Lakeside and Brick. And then we also have a Juneteenth festival, June 21st, and the Gullah Geechee Festival, which will be enormous, August 29th through the 31st, which again, economic development, fun and festivities for the family, and concluding with a dinner on Black.
All right.
Hey, man, hope you have us back.
Come on back. You're always welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good stuff, baby.
It's been a Soul of a Man podcast. We out,
stuff.
ladies and gentlemen.
Take care.
Peace.